Okay, my name is Bio Guy. Today is Tuesday, March 15, 2011, and I'm here to review for you today the Sangean CL-100 same technology weather alert radio with an AM/FM clock, AM/FM alarm clock. So let's take a look at this bad boy and we'll do the unboxing. But first let's talk about it and we'll read some of the specs on the back of the box here. Sangean is a company that's been making radios for a long time. There's a couple of companies out there making emergency radios right now, Eton, First Alert, that I have read really negative reviews online. The Etons, for example, they can either work great or they can just be total pieces of junk. I personally bought one of the Eton, like Red Cross radios from REI. It had like a crank and a solar power and everything, and it's supposed to charge your cell phone and all this stuff. And it just didn't work right out of the box. It didn't pick up any AM or FM channels right out of the box, when another little handheld radio I had from Grundig was doing great at the same area with reception. So I don't want to go with one of the little gimmicky weather radios, something that has a bunch of stuff on it. As far as emergency radio goes, without a power, this does require 4 AA batteries in the event that you don't have grid power, but Sangean does make a little hand crank radio that you can crank for like 2 minutes and get a couple of hours of listening out of it. So if you're looking for something like that, check out their other models. You can find their products at Sangean.com. But this is the CL-100. The reason I'm doing this unboxing and review is because no one has done one yet. There is absolutely no reviews of the CL-100 online as far as YouTube goes, or when you do a Google search and look under the video options of the search. All I'm seeing is 2 advertisement videos that were obviously made by someone who's trying to sell you the radio. I did look at a bunch of reviews on Amazon, and I was able to determine that apart from a couple of 3-star reviews, this radio got 4.9 out of 5 stars on average. So it's supposedly a really good radio. Be careful, because there is someone on Amazon trying to sell you the CL-100 Deluxe. There is no such thing as the CL-100 Deluxe. The descriptions for this radio on a few websites say Deluxe, but there is no difference between the CL-100 and the CL-100 Deluxe. They're the same price. If you go to Sangean.com, you can see all of their current models as well as discontinued models, and there's no such thing as a CL-100 Deluxe. If someone finds evidence that there is, please let me know so I can change my Amazon review as far as that goes. I don't want to damage the reputation of any Amazon sellers, but if you're trying to sell something that's a normal model and you have a quote-unquote deluxe model and you're charging $30 more for it, you need to do your homework. And the homework that I did in 5 minutes says there's no CL-100 Deluxe. So this has SAME technology, S-A-M-E technology, and what that means, it boils down to, if you have a weather radio, you can program in a list of codes for your county, and I've got the list for all of Texas right here. You program in a little code. It's a 6-digit code in the radio, and it's going to only give you weather alerts for your county. Now this particular model will store 25 county codes, so you don't have to do just your county. If you want to like keep an eye on your parents where they live, I intend to do the surrounding counties, so I know if something's headed my way. Most of the bad weather comes in from the west here, so I'll probably extend that coverage out to the west. That might not be necessary. Most of the alerts I get on my iPhone from the National Weather Service have the surrounding counties included in them, but we'll find out as we use it. It's a certified public alert radio, so it uses the public alert radio system. It receives all 7 NOAA channels and reports, the weather channels. It has warning, watch, and advisory lights for 3 types of messages, so there's like a little green, yellow, and red light that light up when there's a different type of a warning, a watch, or an advisory. It stores up to 20 alert messages and it has a sleep timer, so it can have 20 different messages stored in it for the history. So if you go out of town for a couple days and come back, you can look at it and see all the alerts that came while you were gone or while you were at work or whatever. There's 5 station presets for FM and AM. There's dual daily alarms, so there's 2 alarms with a snooze, and you can be woken up by the radio or the buzzer. It has an LCD dimmer and contrast control adjustment, input-output sockets. There's a DC power in, a stereo earphone, AM external antenna, FM weather external antenna, and auxiliary in, so you can plug your iPhone into it using a cord, external alert, and a ground terminal. The ground terminal is for people that use external antennas that need to be grounded. 4 AA battery operation and battery backup, so you can leave them plugged in and it'll automatically switch over to batteries if the power goes out. And it has EEPROM backup for preset stations. I don't even know what that means. I do know that this has RBS in it as well, RBDS, so it'll get the time set by the data that comes over the radio waves on FM stations. So let's take a look at this bad boy. Here's the box. Got it upside down. There's the front of the box. Here's the back, and with all the information that I just read to you. So it got a ding on it from Amazon. I'm going to note that when I talk to Amazon. Let's open this bad boy up. You can see you've got a user manual on top here. We'll set that aside. I did note that notice that this comes with a few external antennas. Here's one of the little external antennas you can plug into it. These are supposed to greatly increase the reception according to the reviews. Looks like we have an AC adapter here. We'll set that aside for a minute. Here's another one of the little external antennas. This is probably an extender for that antenna. Oh no, this is actually the top to the little AM antenna, I believe. It's a little AM FM AM antenna. I don't know which one it is. We'll have to look. Here's the unit itself. It's smaller than it looks in the pictures, which is great because I want to be able to carry it around. So it's a relatively small little radio. And we're just going to check. You can see it comes in like an eggshell type packaging. So let's set this aside for the moment. Alright, let's open up the radio itself. Pretty nice packaging here. This is recyclable. Number 4, plastic number 4, so make sure you do your recycling if you don't save that. I personally save all of my boxes so that if I need to sell something later on eBay or something like that, I can get a better price for it. Here's the little external, built-in telescoping antenna. It's a little 2-foot antenna. So first impressions, it feels like a really solid built piece of plastic. It doesn't feel real lightweight. It's definitely not junky. The buttons are really nice. Little switches are cool. It's got the little LCD that faces forward towards you, so if you're laying in bed and you have it on your bedside table, you can see that. Let's take a look at the top here. We've got our DC in. That's a 6-volt at 400 milliamps. Here's our headphone jack. Auxiliary in is the green. Red is the external alert. Now the external alert jack is so that you can hook up like a siren or a light bulb or something to it for people that might have some sort of disability and need a visual or a louder type alert than this can provide. That being said, this has a siren or a voice alert that will go off when there is a weather alert. From what I've read, you cannot change the volume of the voice alert and it's pretty loud, but you can change the volume of the siren. This is the weather or FM external antennas, this red phono type jack here, and we have our AM external antenna and our ground here as well. So let's take a look at the other stuff that came in the packaging. Here we have our little FM or weather external antenna. It looks like it has a little magnet on it. We need to be careful with this, but let's see if that's what it is. It is. It's a little magnet. Pretty strong little magnet too, so I'm going to keep that away from any portable electronic devices. Here's our AC adapter. Looks like these are the parts for the little external antenna. Let's go ahead and put that together without reading the instructions, which is always a great idea, so you can screw something up right when you get it. There you go. I can stick that in my bedroom window. Nice little external antenna there. Here's our AC DC adapter, 120 volt, 60 hertz, 5 watt, 6 volts at 400 milliamps, so standard 6 volt power adapter. Alright, and we have our documentation. So let's go ahead and open up our documentation here. Alright, you have a CL-100 menu tree. So this is like a menu tree you can read to go through the different menus. Pretty long menu tree here. The quick setup guide, so you can program the weather channel for your area. There's quick setup guide 1 and quick setup guide 2. Set in the time and date, program the weather channel. Setup guide 3, setting up the defeat siren. Limited warranty, you have a 1-year warranty with this bad boy. And a 32-page English-only user's manual. That's great. I don't like to see people print out manuals that include languages for different countries, because while it might save time as far as packaging goes, or might save money as far as printing goes, you're wasting a lot of paper. Personally, I do not need a user manual in 3 or 4 different languages. I only need it in the language that I understand and speak on a daily basis. And if you're primarily selling this in the United States for this market, you want an English language manual. If you're targeting another country, then throw in a different language manual. But please try to do just one and cut down on the paper usage that we have here. What I like to do with my user manuals is, if I'm going to keep the product, I rip the other language sections out and recycle those. So that does it for the unboxing. I'm going to call this the unboxing and part 1 of the review, and I'm going to go ahead and read the user manual and go ahead and start setting this bad boy up, and we will do part 2 of the review where we actually go over the features and how to use this. That way we can cut down on the video length.